everyone joined first. We'll wait for me. Gets uh, hello, sir. I hope you all are doing great. This is Tejas Bhaktalia from Polytechnic Institute, and I am the moderator for this session of this all about cybersecurity and ethical hacking. So let me introduce you all to our today's speaker, Mr. Rizwan Sahik, sir. So he's from the Pristine Info Solutions Private Limited. Pristine Info Solutions Private Limited is an ISO 9001 to 2015 certified organization. It's also one of the most trusted and the largest source of information and security training and ethical hacking courses in India. So, Mr. Rizwan Sahik sir is the founder and the CTO of the Pristine Infotech Solutions. He is one of the India's renowned ethical hacker, information security researcher, and cybercrime consultant, actively involved in providing ethical hacking and information security training and services. He has trained over 20,000 individuals from colleges, corporates, and government departments. He has been featured in various print media and TV news channels like Z Business News, NDTV, Fever FM, Red FM, and many more to impart enterprise on the issue of cybersecurity. By not taking much time, let's start this session. So, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much for the wonderful introduction. It's really nice to have such a audience attending ethical hacking and cybersecurity session. Uh, Today we are going to cover a few of the parts related to cybersecurity. My main aim and my main agenda is to deliver the talk in such a way where I am not only showing you the some of the hack stuffs like which happens in any other session, but the main agenda of doing is every hack for every attack that I'm going to display you, there should be a countermeasure attached to it. So we are going to learn in the fashion where number one thing we are going to learn and see in the real time how any unethical hacker may perform that particular attack. Right after that, we are going to learn the countermeasure of it as well as prevention matter. And at the same time, we are going to cover up the investigation part of it as well. My name is Rizwan Sheikh, and if you have heard, we people are called with a unique identity known as ethical hacker. I'd like to clarify that it's always better to call yourself as cybersecurity expert rather than using the typical word ethical hacker, especially when we are in India, because India works on Indian cyber law and we have to follow the guidelines of India 98 2000 and its amendment. And there is no term defined as an ethical hacker for the good person. Of course, there is a term hacker used for the criminal, but there's no term as ethical hacker. In some other countries or in some international cyber law guidelines, there are ethical hacker terms used in their respective cyber law book for defining the good hacker as well. Now, coming to our perspective, our point, there is a very thin line of difference between unethical and ethical hacking, and we must be aware and know about the difference so that we do not end up on the wrong side. I'm going to begin with few of the common types of attacks that are happening very recently, especially since last year after the lockdown was announced. There is a spurt growth in the number of cybercrime cases, right from individual's perspective to the perspective of a corporate organization. We're going to cover a few of the parts like how these hackings are performed and what are the countermeasures and defense mechanism for it. Number one thing I'm directly beginning up with is how any hacker would hack into someone's computer system. Let's imagine a scenario when we are going to learn the hack attack of the unethical perspective part. Let's imagine like an unethical hacker, we are performing something, but our intentions are very ethical. We are doing this in order to learn how to defend it properly. So the first thing I'm going to do is I would be sharing my screen with you. You would be able to see my screen with the live demonstration and presentation that I'm displaying, and that will help you out to learn in a better way. Always remember, when any unethical hacker wants to compromise one computer system from another, he needs certain information before hacking. A very simple example in order to learn in more precise way would be, imagine a scenario when in the physical world environment a person wants to beat or hit another person. A person want to hit another person. So he's going to gather few information of the target. For example, he will say what is the name of the person, what he does, what is the profile, is he a student, is he a working profession, what is his movement time, where is he located. Once he gather all the information, what he can do, he can simply punch and run away. Now this punching, a kind of hacking, is possible only because the attacker was aware about certain information of the target or the victim. The same applies in the virtual world. Now, if a hacker wants to hack into another computer system, all he wants is certain information of that computer system so that he can hack it. Now, what are these certain information required? The hacker do not require the name of the person who is sitting on that laptop or desktop computer. The hacker would be requiring certain virtual informations like what is the IP address of the computer system, what is the operating system of that computer system of the target. Once he have this sufficient information, then hacking is very easy. It's a piece of cake. So let me show you how exactly this happens. I may be temporarily disabling my video camera and I will be sharing my screen. So you would be able to hear me, but you may not be able to see me. But since I'm going to share my screen with every one of you, I think my screen is clearly visible. So I hope the screen is clearly visible now.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. Now what I'm going to do is I will be displaying you certain live things on your screen right now. You can see what we have is there is a website. This website is my personal website. You can see rizwanonline.com. It's my personal website, and my developer team has done a good job, wonderful job by making this site. They have uploaded my good photographs, minor Photoshop, but yes, it's a wonderful site and it has all the information about me. Now, what if I say that I will be sending you the link of this website? I will be just sending you the link of this website. The moment you click on the link, you are hacked, you're compromised. Yes, you heard it right. The moment you clicked on the link sent by me, your system is hacked. Now, how this is possible? Let's see this in the real time. Of course, the website example which I have given is of my personal website. It is not going to possess any such kind of threat or hack attack, but there can be any other website in the similar fashion. So just to make you aware, yes, any website randomly being clicked reveals certain information of the target so that it is getting hacked. Now let's see, as I told you, we need two information. I will be typing that in the notepad file so that you can also remember it. Number one, we need the IP address of the target, and number two, we need the operating system of our target. So if I am acting as an unethical hacker, I need just two information, IP and OS, and these two information are going to help me in order to hack my target, hack my victim. So how can I get these two information? Let's see that out. Every computer connected to internet is assigned with a unique identity known as IP address, which looks like some random numbers. So if I visit any website like whatismyipaddress.com, I see my IP address appears as 49.36. something something of Geo, Mumbai, Maharashtra, India, the place where I am sitting right now. This particular IP belongs to me only in entire world. It is uniquely assigned IP address to me. Maybe if I disconnect my internet and reconnect, I will be assigned with the new IP address. मुझे नया IP address मिल जाएगा शायद से, if I disconnect and reconnect, and this IP would be allotted to someone else, but the new IP which will be allotted to me will be again my unique IP address. मतलब उस समय उस वक्त में that particular IP will belong only to me. So you can see over here, this is my IP address, this is my unique IP address. Now let me give an example. I just opened a very famous website, google.com, the common search engine. google.com enter button press किया मैंने. You can see Google is written over here. But on the left bottom side, India is written. Right? I just opened google.com website and India is written on the left bottom side. I very well remember last year before the lockdown, I went to some countries in Middle East, Africa, and some Asian countries as well. So whenever I used to connect to the Wi-Fi at their airport in their country, and when I used to open google.com, Google was showing me their respective country's name. So Google knows my location. Now how Google knows my location? It's because Google, as soon as I visit it, it records my IP address. So right now when I open google.com, Google has seen a visitor from India has visited, and Google has given me a customized Indian version of the website with India written on the left bottom side. Now the big question is, who gave permission to Google to record my IP? Why Google is recording my IP address? Let me tell you, it is not just Google. Any website which you visit on the internet records your IP address. Let it be Facebook, let it be Twitter, let it be LinkedIn, let it be yahoo.com, let it be any website of the world. Every website that you visit on the internet has the capacity of recording your IP address. You heard it right? So every website that you are visiting records your IP. Why many people are worried or in tension? What kind of websites do you visit? So jokes apart, any website you're visiting records your IP, means every website on the internet is aware about your ISP, location, city, country, and many other details. Let me show you that. So just upon a single link clicked, you are revealing this much information to the website owner. Now, if you just come few minutes back where I said I will be sending you a link of the website, you are just going to click on the link and you are getting compromised. Now, what was that? So, as you can see on the screen, rizwanonline.com is my personal website, and I made this website. It has a wonderful GUI interface. It has many awesome features. But as soon as you're going to click on the link, as I told you, every website records IP. Even my website does, and the log of this IP's visitors logs of this website comes to me. That means the moment you visit the link, the moment you click on the link sent by me, you are revealing your certain information. Now let's see what are the information that you are revealing just by clicking on the link sent by me. So let me just show you or display you that thing, how exactly it works, and you get a fair idea about how exactly the IP is being recorded. So I'm going to display you another website, which is IP logger site. We have created this just for one of the law enforcement department. I'll show you that website. This is the website. Now I have just written a random thing on that website. It's visitor.something.com, and it has just welcome to secret world message written over there. Now the moment I have visited this website, my IP log would have been recorded. So I will just try to log into the control panel of this website in order to see the visitor log, that who all have visited the website. So let me show you this, that how the information is recorded, and I am pretty sure you would be surprised to know the amount of information recorded by every website is so huge that even visiting a single website you would be thinking twice now. So I am just entering my credentials. I logged in, and you can see there are so many visitors on my website right after login. And since there are so many visitors, I will come at the bottommost line and you would be watching visitor number 1136. Visitor number 1136 have visited at 1st April 2021, today's time 11:45 a.m. That is the current time, and the IP address which is given over here is 49 dot something something. Now if you come few seconds back where I displayed you that how we can get our IP, I visited the website whatismyipaddress.com, and right after visiting whatismyipaddress.com you could have seen that my IP address is 49 dot 36 dot something something, which belongs to Geo India, and the same IP is being recorded by this IP logger website. So that means visitors IP is recorded. So I have just visited the link for hardly 2 seconds, and the moment I visited, my IP got recorded by the website. And not only that, but if you see on the right hand side of the IP address, it is clearly showing the visitor is using Mac OS operating system. The visitor is not using Windows or Linux, it is using Apple's Mac laptop. And on the right side, you can see the website was open in Safari web browser, not in Google Chrome or Internet Explorer or any other portal, right? So you can find how easily all this information is being shared by the website. So the moment you clicked on any link received, you know what is the kind of damage that can happen just by visiting the link. So as of now, you can see the thing which I have displayed you was related to information gathering. Now, information gathering is not actually hacking. Information gathering is just finding the information. It is not hacking of information or hacking of computer systems or something like this, right? So we have just gathered the information. Now, what's next? After gathering the information, uh, hacking becomes very easy. And in very simple terms, if I tell you, it's like we have found the details of the person we wanted to hit in or punch in the physical world. And now, after finding the detail, punching is a different aspect. Now, for punching, we are going to use some of the other things. We are going to use some weapons in the virtual world. Now, let us see what are these weapons in the virtual world. So, what I'm going to do is weapon. When I say weapon, uh, it is not a stick or a hammer or any kind of a hardware weapon. It is basically the weapon in the virtual world. Now, this virtual world environment weapon, it would be something where uh, we are going to use a live virus, live Trojan, or a keylogger kind of thing, which will be sent to the victim by the attacker. And once victim clicks on it, his system would be hacked, his system would be compromised. So let's see how exactly this works. I'm going to use a live malicious software for the cell phone. Cell phone, when I say, it means I'm going to compromise a particular mobile phone device of someone, right? So malwares are available almost for everything. Imagine I got the details as Android and browser as some Google Chrome. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of the APK extension file we have made. I have certain APKs kept over here. One is the android.apk file. Now this particular android.apk file is the file which has spine capacity behind it. when I say spying capacity means upon installation of this APK inside the cell phone's data will be remotely granting full access directly. So let me show you exactly how this particular thing is going to work. So if you see, what I'm doing is I'm just opening uh, one of the APK file in the cell phone which is in my hand right now. So I'm going to just download the link, and let me just search for the link. I have uploaded it online. So I have a very latest smartphone in my hand, and I'm going to use the malware android.apk file. I'll just see the link which I have stored where it is, and okay, I found the link. I found the link. Okay, now what I'm doing is in this particular cell phone, which is in my hand, I will just install. Uh, Now this is one of the latest Android cell phone. I'm just installing this APK. Download started. Download completed. It is hardly, I guess, 8 KB in size. Now it's the installation time, so I'm just clicking next, 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 finish. Upon installation, like any other software, I have just installed the file. Now once the installation is done, now all I am going to get is I don't need this cell phone at all. Let it be kept on somewhere desk in the pocket or somewhere outside. I don't need this cell phone anymore. But since the Trojan is installed, now I'm going to get full remote access of this particular cell phone across anywhere on the internet. It can be on my another cell phone, it can be on my laptop screen. And since you have the access to my laptop screen remotely, I'm going to display you how exactly this malicious Trojan which is installed or injected in the victim's computer system is gonna provide full remote access. So let me just show it to you how exactly this thing works, and accordingly we'll be getting the full remote access of this particular cell phone remotely. Now since the installation is already done, I'm just going to display you the portal that we have prepared for remote access granting of such kind of data. Let me show it to you. So I am first of all sharing my screen again, and here I share my screen with everyone. And okay, I hope my screen is visible. Okay, fine. I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Perfect. Uh, Now, since the Trojan is already installed in the cell phone, here is the portal. We call this with the name Pristine Spy. Pristine is my company's name. We have developed this particular software in the company. My development team has done a good job, so we have named it Pristine Spy. Just for the demonstration purpose, there are multiple uses of it. I will let you know and go through the uses. The first thing I'm going to do is I will enter the credentials which we have kept for accessing it. So I'll just retype the credentials over here, and I log in. And right upon login, you can actually see entire database of the cell phone remotely accessed. So the cell phone is over here right now, and this particular cell phone is actually having the data which is actually displayed to you on the screen right in front of you. You can see how simple the DB we have created. It's very similar to any other malware which are also available in the market, but this has some different features. Let me go through the features for you. The first option we see over here is call logs. Call logs is very simple. Like you just click on call logs, you get all incoming, outgoing, missed call detail of the cell phone. So any call that I'm going to make, receive, or dial from this particular cell phone will be storing the logs over here. So I will get all date, time, duration, and every data easily available over here. And let me tell you, it's not just the call logs, but there is an option with the name call recording. So each and every call can be heard in the audio format as well that I'm going to make. You can simultaneously imagine the scenario that by any chance, if some uh, mischievous person somehow installs this particular malware in your cell phone, what kind of damage can be done, right? So we have to be very careful. Imagine a scenario, you got somehow this particular thing injected or installed in your friend's cell phone. So what all things can be done? So apart from call recordings, there are a few other tabs as well. Let me just show you some other tabs. I have disabled my video camera temporarily so that the connection would be very, very good. Now there is a button after call recording which is known as mic recorder. Now this mic recorder option is actually providing me with a feature to turn on microphone of anyone's cell phone. So it's like you are sitting somewhere, no matter where your cell phone is kept, it can be on your desk, it can be in your pocket. At any given point of time, remote command can be triggered, your microphone will be on, and someone can actually hear your surrounding. So that is the danger damage it processes. After that, we have location tracking over here. Location tracking is the thing where you exactly uh, get the live GPS location of the person. So very simple. It's like you get the live location means it's almost every damn data is getting leaked. The physical location of the person would be out. After that, we have screen capture. Screen capture is nothing but taking the screenshot. So screenshot, whatever going on the screen, a screenshot can be taken. So it can be your WhatsApp as well. No matter what kind of encryption is being used, one symbol screenshot taken, it would be actually granting full remote access of the cell phone as well when it comes to the screenshot option. And keystrokes recorder is actually inbuilt keylogger. Now this inbuilt keylogger is the one which is going to record every typed keystrokes. So keystroke is kind of a thing I will be displaying you, that whatever you're going to type on your system will be recorded in plain format, and that means all outgoing messages, all the messages with regards to whatever typed, either browsing history, even that can be recorded very quickly. If you go through some other features, turn on live camera is another danger thing. This particular option allows me to remotely get turned on both the cell phone cameras, and you can start the live video recording without saving anything in the cell phone gallery. So that is another thing which is very danger and possible in this particular malware. After that, we see install list of applications, we see social media stuffs where we basically get all browsing histories and everything. And apart from that, we have WhatsApp and other details as well. Internet activities, browsing history. So you can imagine that small 8 KB APK file can do such a big damage. So this particular thing could be very dangerous. Now the big question arises over here is any unethical hacker having such kind of similar access with them? The answer is yes. All these APK files are easily available on the internet. Of course, this is self-made, customized, built by ourselves. But yes, there is a definitely a possibility about having it easily available on the internet. There are many malwares which does this activity. Now let's talk about countermeasure. In very simple terms, never install any untrusted unknown softwares on your cell phone. At the same time, don't even click on any untrusted unknown links. One single click on any random link, you know how big the damage could be done. At the same time, when I say this, a very simple thing, you might be aware about various hacking happening in the recent time. some neighbor countries trying to spy on us. Recently, many of the Chinese applications were banned. The same way, we also can embed these applications in some genuine software. For example, I have another software with me with the name Scientific Calculator. Now, this Scientific Calculator is a very awesome Android application which allows many people to do scientific big calculation on the calculator. Unlike the small calculator, it has everything including sine, cos, theta, and so many buttons as well. Now, it's a very a good application. What we have done for testing purposes, we have aimed this Android malware with our calculator app. Now, anyone installing that calculator app is actually indirectly installing this particular Trojan and granting full access of their cell phone to us. Right? So this is what can be done by many other unethical people as well and already being done. You might be aware the recent ban of many Chinese application done by Government of India. What is the actual reason of the ban? It is not just Indo-China border dispute, but it was basically uh, many application of them were actually having or getting access of Indian users unauthorizedly without asking for permission. They were stealing info. So that is the actual reason of the ban. At the same time, we have discussed a lot about individual security perspective where after finding IP, finding OS, we have installed an APK file which granted full access of the cell phone. In the similar fashion, we have an exe file which is the Windows Trojan. We have some other extension file as well which are acting as a Trojan for all different operating system. Right, so Trojans are available almost for every operating system. Now, the security of yours depends on your hand. Please do not rely on any antivirus or firewall. I have seen many people saying my system has an antivirus, so I am hack proof. That is a very incorrect statement. Of course, antivirus is a good security mechanism thing, but it is not that once the antivirus is installed, you are completely hack proof and you can do anything. So antivirus is a ready-made piece of program to protect you, but it do not protect you with almost everything. So you have to take security in your hand and you have to make sure that you are hack proof and you do not click on any such untrusted unknown links and do not install any untrusted unknown softwares. Coming further, another danger thing is data leak. Usually data is kind of an oil for the virtual world, for the entire world actually. Data is the new oil has been the statement of many giants that has been made. Now, what is this data leak actually about? Data leak is customers' data or your private data. It can be any kind of data. I'll just go through one of the case for you, what exactly happens when the data leak occurs. So data leak is basically the leak of data when uh, it's kind of a thing where I'll give one case study example. One of the female cell phone was hacked and her entire private data was being leaked to the hacker. Now the hacker started demanding ransom amount by stealing all her private photographs and videos and saying that if you don't pay me this much ransom amount, I will leak it in the public on Facebook, YouTube, and other places. Now, this data is very important for you, for your perspective as well. At the same time, if you just go through last 3 days news for the corporate world environment, forget about what happened in the year 2016, 17, 18, 19, and so on. Just see last 3 days. One of the very big payment giant, the name of the wallet MobiKwik, is hacked, compromised, and their data got leaked. It was, I am not pretty sure, but it is called as the largest data leak ever happened with regards to KYC information. It has around 8.2 TB of data. The hacker was selling that data on darknet in just 1.5 Bitcoin. And in order to get it verified that the data is genuine, what hacker has done is he have made a website on the darknet and allowed search string option to everyone in the world, saying that you can verify by entering your number or anyone's number to see that this particular thing is actually live and hacked. This is unofficial, this is unethical, but the platform is still live. I want you to see this platform. I'm opening my Tor web browser. Tor web browser is the only way to access darknet, that is .onion websites. Your Google Chrome, your Safari web browser cannot access the darknet part of the internet, which is anonymous, hidden. I'm just opening my Tor browser and you can see this is the actual website made on .onion on the darknet in order to leak the data of one of the very reputed, it's a billion-dollar valuation company, and this is what shared everywhere across the social media sites, everywhere across the internet, and they have shared the link. This particular thing is actually available at all the places on the internet right now. The efforts are being done to protect and stop this activity, but still the thing is live. And this is what the web page is made by an unethical hacker for sharing the data. And he has given a simple search string. Even if I enter anyone's number who is a part of MobiKwik wallet, I can press the search button and his data will be revealed publicly over here. And I have just entered one of my friend's number, and I actually saw the data is available in very simple plain format. It is also providing data of certain credit card, debit cards, and so much information as well. So just by entering the detail, you will get the data in the front screen. Data is on, but I am avoiding to share it in public, basically. So that's particular thing about the recent MobiKwik wallet hack. And I'm not pretty sure if anyone has gone through another big news that happened in the state of Maharashtra for MIDC. And I just Google you through the news, MIDC hack. If I just enter, if you see this news, MIDC servers hackers demanded rupees 500 crores to give the data back. So if you see, it's yesterday's news. Now you can imagine how sensitive the data could be, right? So data is a very important asset. Everyone should be well aware how to keep it secure, how to keep it safe. Once the data is leaked, it's gone. It's a very dangerous thing. You should be careful that your data is never leaked. Few of the countermeasures I am very quickly typing you must be taking care of. Number one, we haven't discussed about passwords, password security since the time is limited, but keep strong password is the number one thing which I would always suggest to everyone, no matter what profile you are working in. It's not about technical people or non-technical people. Anyone who is watching this live Facebook live thing session, make sure everyone should have a strong password. And when I say the word strong password, it means it should be an alphanumeric password, big password, multiple characters, and make sure you keep changing your password at a frequent time and intervals. Number two, never click on untrusted links and software. Never install unknown software or untrusted. I would say I will use the word untrusted, basically unknown software. And be careful with phishing and social engineering. Phishing, you can actually Google about it, looking similar login pages kind of website. Watch domain names carefully. Never share your OTPs, one-time password with any random person. All these things you should be taking care of. These are just the basic cybersecurity hygiene methods. Now, just I have mentioned 4 steps. I give you 100% guarantee if you follow these 4 steps very precisely. As an individual, you would be restricting more than 90% of the cyber attacks that can happen to you. So it's like if 100 attacks are happening, 90 you have already defended just by following these 4 basic steps. Last and the most important thing, cyber security awareness. It can be in the mode of training, it can be in the mode of just taking ideas, pointers. Be up to date, and this will definitely prevent you from getting compromised or hacked. Now, individual security is directly linked to the security of any corporate organization. Any hacker who wants to hack into someone's computer system or wants to hack into the server of any organization, he would be first targeting the weak point. He would be either targeting an individual working in that corporate organization, so that once the individual connects to the network, automatically the network gets compromised. So individual security is equally important for keeping the corporate security intact. So you cannot say let the individual suffer, but our corporate security or our servers or corporate network or company network is strong enough. We have firewalls and all these things. It doesn't matter if the individual is getting compromised. Somehow those malicious things will enter inside your organization if that person is connected to you. So very similar to the physical world coronavirus, which has recently came, the viral thing happening in the network in the virtual world is happening since a very long time. So quarantine is not the solution in the virtual world. You have to scan, remove it, and prevent yourself from getting uh, affected by those malware is the actual solution in the virtual world environment. I hope you got a pretty fair idea about how things works. I would be sharing certain other information. Obviously, when we talk about training part, remember anyone who wants to make a career into cybersecurity profile, they must learn these four important pillars: network security, email and app security, web security, and cyber law. So these are the four important pillars. If you want to make your career into cybersecurity, you must be good with these four important pillars. And once you are very strong with these four pillars, then you can jump advance into something known as VAPT. The word VAPT stands for Vulnerability Assessment and Penetration Testing. VAPT is actually the service to make something hack proof. No company in the world is going to say that we want anti hack service or hack proof service. All the organizations in the world will use the word VAPT audit or cyber audit. It's basically the service to make hack proof. Now, VAPT should be done on almost everything that can be hacked. For example, website can be hacked, so website VAPT is the name of service. Network can be hacked, so network VAPT is the name of service. Then IoT VAPT, mobile application VAPT. So all those VAPTs are very important, and one must learn all these things. There are many universities, there are many institutes which are providing these kind of trainings. You can definitely go on Google, search for the best. Alternatively, I will write down few of the name of the certification: CISCH and CPT. You can also go through these in order to get these particular idea and knowledge about it. So definitely Google is considered as the best teacher. Self-learning is the best learning, but anytime you need guidance, your respected and reputed professors are available with you. I am also connected online and always available for any kind of help required. And that's pretty much of it, of what we have discussed overall with regards to the cybersecurity portion for this particular webinar. I hope you got a pretty fair idea. So we'll conclude the session over here itself, and we'll open the dais for question answer round. If anyone has any kind of queries, questions, you can be free to ask me. And definitely on Facebook Live, you can type the question at the same time. Any of the anchor can ask the question, and I will try my best to answer it in the best possible way.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for this amazing session. Participants are requested to put all the questions in Facebook Live chat box. And there was a question in my mind that being this much unprotective in the world in digital world, how can one be protected for online payments? Means, as you've shown that MobiKwik data just got hacked. So how can one can be safe for doing online payments?
Okay, it's a very good question. How one can be safe from doing online payments? See, there are two kind of hack attacks that are always possible. Number one, hacking from the user's end. Number two, hacking of the server end. There is number three as well, that mediator, the network where you connected, man in the middle kind of attack. That's a different aspect. As an end user, your security is in your hand. That user sense perspective, you should be well secured. For example, if you're keeping a weak password, if you're giving your password yourself, if you're sharing the OTP yourself to someone, or if you're installing any random malware or any kind of malicious software in your cell phone and granting full access to the hacker, so you're getting hacked and compromised. Even if the server or the main payment gateway is so well secured, because of the mistake of the users are getting hacked. So you must be taking care that these are the basic countermeasures you should implement. You must follow that you are not getting compromised. But server security is not in the hand of user. For example, the recent data leak which happened, it was nothing in your hand. It was a mistake of the server. They should have done a well proper audit. They should have followed certain guidelines. And definitely, I guess depending upon the law, they will be penalized as well. But data leak is actually data leak. So that is something which is out of the control of the user. But all I can suggest is limit your usage. Use only the things which are required. I've seen many people buy a smartphone, they hardly use 10% of the features, but remaining 90 things are installed and kept as it is. Even for booking tickets, I prefer suppose a platform like GoIBibo. Still, I will have Make My Trip, Yatra, and so many other applications installed. Of course, those are safe applications, but I suggest you to limit your usage, install only the things which are required, and that will help you out to limit the attack surface upon you by the hacker.
Sure, sir. And there is a question that how big is this cybersecurity market? Means if we want to build a career in this cybersecurity field, how big is the market? Means what can be the our earnings and what are the roadmaps to be a best cybersecurity expert and all this?
Okay, so I have already shown you one of the thing where how exactly one can make a career into this. What things you have to learn, the topics which I have given to you. But when we talk about the career perspective and how big the market is, I very well remember working for Mumbai Police and certain other law enforcement agencies. We were actually doing some data analytics for them, finding out the number of cases that are happening in the physical world, comparing it with the number of cases that are happening in the virtual world. So how many are cybercrime case, how many are physical world crime case. The map was reshuffling a lot, but since the time lockdown was announced, it was almost 99% cybercrime case, only 1% were the physical world crimes. And this was something which was kind of a history being created, that suddenly so much cybercrimes got increased. And this is where we saw the difference. Right now as well, the cybercrimes are increasing a lot, so indirectly, the requirement for cybersecurity and cybercrime investigators are growing very high. Now, saying this, there are profiles for cybersecurity analysts, experts, right from DDoS mitigator to prevent traffic and monitor it, to prevention of any kind of abuse happening online. So, abuse mitigation officers. There are multiple roles in cybersecurity, right from SOC analysts to set up a server operation center to so many other profiles. The number of jobs and opportunities are very, very, very huge in this profile, but skill set is what is required. You cannot simply be a marketing expert knowing a bit of the words and concepts of cybersecurity and expect a good profile. No, that is not possible. But if you have talent and skill set and you are well trained, you have good exposure, definitely you have good profile and job available for you.
There is a question in the chat box that, sir, if the antivirus is not much useful for us to keep data secure, how can we secure our phone and laptops? There was also another question, which is the trusted antivirus for the PCs?
Okay, so two questions. I will begin with the second question, which is the top or the best antivirus for your PC. I would be avoiding naming any one particular antivirus, because almost everyone has been doing a good job. Everyone is reputed. There are some Indian-based antivirus as well. One of the oldest Quickil antivirus. It is also doing wonderful. At the same time, there are some good light antivirus like ESET Not 32. You can definitely rely on them. Having said that, relying on antivirus up to extent is fine. It is not that you have antivirus and you do any random stuff. You install any random thing, you install any malicious software. No, that cannot be done, because there are many FUDs in the market. FUD stands for fully undetectable. Uh, that is basically the application or malicious software that are not detectable by any kind of antivirus. So new malwares and malicious comes into picture. So if that is getting injected, your antivirus is not going to help you out. So it is not that you should not have antivirus with you. You should have it, but relying completely on it because I have antivirus, it's also incorrect. That is what I mean to say over here. Just to reframe this, many of the VIP personalities carries bodyguards with them. So it doesn't mean when they have bodyguard, they are 100% safe from any kind of attacks happening over them. It is not just that they can simply break the protocol and run single-handedly anywhere, right? Even they can be attacked. So bodyguard protects them, but up to an extent. So this is how thing works.
There's also one more question from a student that how YouTube channels got hacked. Like I have seen many YouTubers posting that their channels got hacked.
Hmm. So there have been multiple incidents. Even I have been reported with this. YouTube channel hack is basically, see, there's no direct kind of hacking from the YouTube server as of now that the channel got hacked or compromised. Somewhere down the line, the credentials of your Google account, which is linked to your YouTube account, is getting hacked or compromised, and that's why it's happening. Now, how the accounts are getting hacked or compromised? There are three simple ways. Either by phishing activity. Somehow, unintentionally, the YouTube channel holder might have entered his credentials on a fake phishing link and ended up leaking his credentials. Number two, the system from which he logs into his YouTube account must have been injected by keylogger. So anything that is written in the plain format is getting recorded, and his password might have leaked. Number three, the Trojan infection, which you have already seen for the mobile phone, the same ways it happens for the systems as well. So there might be a possibility about this thing. So I basically feel apart from these three things, there is no other way that YouTube channels are getting hacked or compromised. Social engineering is another thing where just by communication and in talk only you reveal your information and getting compromised.
I have heard one more thing that someone from from another state near to Gujarat, someone from they call us for our bank details, means your card will getting blocked and something like that, and they ask for OTPs and something like that. So how do they do these things?
So these are the things. Basically, there is a complete series of movies being made on it, and if you see, there have been named as many cities are actually involved into this particular thing. Many of the people from that city are doing. It is actually a social engineering attack. It's kind of a thing where modus operandi is working very heavily. Suppose I can actually call you from an unknown number, and I can claim that I'm calling from your bank. You have an account with us. Your account is so and so. Your account will be suspended, or your card will be blocked, or your card won't be upgraded. In order to do that, let me know. I will help you out, and I will do the transaction using your card or your net banking. The OTP or the password which is sent on your cell phone, I'll ask for the OTP, spoofing that I am asking it to upgrade your card or unsuspending your account, but I am actually doing the transaction. So it's a very basic modus operandi, and the sad part is still I see like every day 3 to 4 cases are coming to me from adjacent area wherever my offices are present, saying that we have been frauded by such and such attack. We have shared our OTP ourselves. So at the end, lack of awareness is the reason, and this is what the advantage many of the unethical fraudulent people are doing and using, and they do all the transactions on KYC accounts or somewhere outside the reach of the jurisdiction, so they are untrackable as well as of now. And someone have to completely work on it each and every case to individually find those criminals out.
Thank you so much, sir, for just revealing these things. And I can see that no more questions left behind this. We have covered mostly all the questions. So, is there any questions left, participants?
So I see a question on the Facebook Live, how Instagram account got hacked, like celebrities top account got hacked. And again, the answer would be there is no data leak from Instagram as of now. Data leak is another option. Then all the accounts usually gets hacked of any server after any server hacking. But usually the Instagram servers are getting hacked because Instagram accounts are getting hacked because of the mistakes of the user. Many times they have saved the password in their browser preferences, and their system get compromised. So all saved password in their browser history are also getting compromised, And already the steps which were discussed for YouTube channel hacking, the similar modus operandi is also used for Instagram account hacking as well.
Just 5 minutes left. Is there any further questions or queries anyone can ask? So I have a doubt that how can be the salary thing for this cybersecurity market is means how one can earn, how much can one earn in this field?
Okay, so this is one of the highest paying industry, I would say. I have seen like during the beginning time, the salary at times were low or less for a relevant fresher or something. But once the expertise has been gained in you, definitely the salary increases a lot. And you might have seen even the bug bounty programs run by many big organizations like Microsoft, Twitter, YouTube, almost every Google and every other company runs bug bounty program that they invite third party people, random hackers across the world to hack their portals or websites in the ethical way, report it to them so that vulnerability is patched, and they also pay to random people in multi billion dollars as well, right? And bounty is given very huge. So definitely the employees who are working inside the company are also getting quite a good amount as a package, as a salary. There are a lot of perks in this industry. There are multiple salary ratio, but yes, definitely it is one of the highest paid domain.
It's just not a myth that we can just put our career in cybersecurity and then we will just earn in lakhs and something. It's not a myth, right?
It's not a myth actually, but yes, skill set matters a lot. So if you are having good skill set, definitely the thing which seems to be like a magical number is not far away. I have seen many of the teenagers are actually generating that level of money in their bank accounts in an ethical way. But obvious. I see another question from Ankit on Facebook Live. How can we protect or secure our phone or PC? So I have already given this answer that you must never install any untrusted unknown link software in your system. And if you feel you are already compromised, you have to scan it manually, remove all the things. Even in your cell phone, you have to go in your settings, list of installed softwares and application, find out unknown list of softwares and uninstall that. And that's the only way to protect yourself.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much. And with this, the 2 minutes are left. I want to ask that today's kids, as this hacking thing is too much on the hype, means today's kids wants to learn hacking, they want to hack into systems and all this means hacking for them. Hacking is just for joyful thing. So, what can you say for these things? Means should kids try these things or not?
So hacking is but obvious of fun. I would like to tell you many a times many of the anchor ask the questions like I had faced one of the media interview where anchor started questioning how a hacker can be ethical. It is as good as saying ethical criminal, ethical murderer. So a hacker is a hacker. He cannot be ethical. So the same applies in our world as well. The testing, the hacking, or the security should be done with permission granted by the portal or the network environment. Then only. So we do the VAPT testing of many organizations after getting the permission and approval from the organization that they want to make their site or network hack proof, and we are allowed to hack in order to make it hack proof ethically. Right. So that only then only it should be performed. And for training purpose, find out the environment, find out the training institute, and be in their respective environment and zone. Perform every activity inside your environment. Like today, if you get a malware, in order to learn, in order to test, try to build your own malware, test it only on your phone, your laptop, your systems by creating a sandbox environment. So even if the damage is done, it's done on a particular environment and you're not harming anyone else in the world. So you are under the guidelines of the ethical barrier. So definitely you should learn, you can try, but keep your intentions very ethical. Learn cyber law guidelines, learn IT Act 2008 amendments so that you don't violate any guidelines unintentionally. And definitely you can uh, be very uh, expert. You can gain expertise into this.
Sure. So, Rizwan ji, thank you very much for all the expertise which you have shared with my students here at Parul University. And thank you, Tejas, to you as well. You actually did very well for the whole session. You have planned the things really nice, and I think we have covered all the questions from the students as well. Rizwanji, I'm glad that you have finalized this type of sessions for our students, and I would be more than happy to welcome you at Parul University once the things are proper and good to go ahead with. So thanks a lot.
Thank you
Here, I
very much.
think, yeah.
And in between, if any of the questions left unresolved or we are unable to find out for the students, I am definitely available online. You can just Google my name, or this is my website. You can find my email ID. You can find me on social media: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and you can ask me
Sure.
questions at any given point of time. I will be definitely there to help you out. Thank you very
We'll
much.
definitely get back to you.
In both physical and cyber world, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. We are expecting that more kind of this sessions we would be planning in near future. And thank you very much for all the support you have extended for our university and the student as a whole. Thank you very much. Here with this, we are ending the session, and with the new session, we'll be definitely coming back soon. Thank you very much, everyone. Please take care.